Shooter's ready.
Today we're going to talk about sling use for rifles, specifically 2-point slings, and more specifically, the Viking Tactics quick detach sling for rifle use. I'm Jimmy with Rhino Tactical, and you're going to learn something today. So now let's talk about how I set up my Viking Tactical 2-point sling with QD mounts on the ends. Over here you can see I have QD swivels on the end. About 3 inches away from there are my first tri-glide. About 2.5 inches from there is my second tri-glide. Then I go into my tightening strap, which pulls on this. You could tighten it. This here is a loosening piece. Pull on this, it loosens the swivel to make a good adjustment fit for yourself. Has some paracord on here. On this side, again, we have another tri-glide. About 2.5 inches away is another tri-glide, and then the last QD swivel on this side. Now, as you can see, this is taped off. The reason I tape it off is because if I do some work in the winter, or if I'm wearing a MOLLE vest with some ceramic plates that are very, very thick, or steel plates, whatever it is, I need to expand the vest, so I don't want to cut off this excess material, and I just simply tape it on there so I could use it later. Now, the approximate length of this 2-point sling is about 47 inches, okay? If it's any shorter than that, you guys have cut it too short. Don't cut it, like I said. Tape it off, but don't cut it until you get it all adjusted, and never cut it, actually. Just tape it all off. And if it's too long, then you got a problem there as well. So you want to make sure that you're within reason. I'm about 5'11", 195, and the sling itself is about 47 inches. So use that as a guide for yourself. Now let's talk about how this attaches to the weapon. So here I have a Fortis quick detach mount, which attaches to the handguard here, and the quick detach just simply comes over the left side of the gun and attaches right to there. And then on the right side of the stock, I have another quick mount over here, and it comes over the top of this and attaches directly to the mount right there. Now I'm going to talk about on the video why it's important to make sure you go up over the side for convenience, and there is one issue that you will see that I will show you why you don't want to tie this off on this side if you're going to change hands from right to left. The other thing is take care when you put this swivel mount in here. You see a lot of people slamming them in with a hammer, and you don't want to do that. You know, there's no reason for that, because you end up marring this whole thing and bashing it all up and possibly ruining the connection point that you have here. What you want to do is just take the collet, put it next to the gun, and then put a cloth on this side, or mask or cloth on that side. Simply put it in a vise, and then just tighten the vise down, and it'll go slowly into the stock, and you won't have any problems of marring it up. It's a better way to do it, and you don't end up, like I said, marring the gun for any reason. Now let's go back to the video and discuss how we use this fantastic sling. Okay, so this is how I would sling the rifle if I wanted muzzle down and I'm right-handed. You can see the quick detach point attaches here on the rifle, and attaches, like I was saying, to that quick detach mount on top. Doesn't have a 45 cantilever on it or anything. It's just a straight across quick detach mount. So as you can see, it comes around my back this way, over my collarbone, and then basically attaches to the rifle on this side. So now here's a couple of cool things about carrying this with muzzle down. So I am basically as tight as I want to be, okay? And I sling it that way because then I could just come up and help the sling be more ergonomic to my body. So if I want to go tighter than this little Velcro attachment here comes off, and I simply pull down. Now I can go climbing, or I can go rappelling, or I can get in a vehicle or something with it tied to my body, and it completely is an ergonomic choice for me. So, and if I want to loosen it, I just grab this, pull up on it, and it takes me back down to my normal rifle position. The other thing I could do with a 2-point sling is I could move freely because this is so stable on my body. In other words, when I pull my secondary and I go to shoot, I can move forwards, backwards, left, and right without my movement being impeded by my rifle. That is the difference between the 2-point sling and the 1-point sling. As you can see, if I had a 1-point sling, this rifle would be all over the place because it's only attached by 1 point. Having the 2-point gives it more stability. Now here's what's cool about this. Say I want to go from a muzzle down in front to a muzzle up in the back. Now I spoke before about you can cinch this in front and do climbing and rappelling with this rifle. It's simply right here, so it's ready to go. However, if you want to take it on your back, you can do that also. Very, very simple. You simply just take this strap right here, little tie down, loosen that back up, and then you just take the rifle by the handguard and you pull it up and over and then drop it down. Just like that. And that's going to be your back rifle position. Okay, so that now I could actually do really rigorous climbing, rigorous things where I don't have to rappel down and make sure the rifle is next to me, in front of me. I could do more. It's more of a relaxed rappel or something where there's no threats around and I could just rappel down very quick. Also, say for example, I am in a hard rappel and I haven't got to the ground, or if I have gotten to the ground and I want to access my rifle really quick, very, very simple to do that too. All I do is grab it by the buttstock and bring it around here. Now notice the sling is in the perfect position for me to come back up and shoot in either direction. Okay, so that's the beauty of taking it from muzzle down to muzzle up on the back and back to the recovery position. Again, this tightens with this and it loosens with this little tie down here. So that is the muzzle down and the muzzle up for rappelling and doing action on your back. Now say for example, I'm in a situation where I have to jump over cars, negotiate walls, negotiate rooftops and or buildings, and I want to take this gun from muzzle down in the front and put it muzzle down in the back to be able to negotiate those obstacles. So what I'm going to do is simply reach down, grab the gun, I'm going to reach up, give myself some slack over here. The elbow is going to drop through. The other elbow is going to drop through. I'm going to take the gun around, pulling on this to remove the slack. And that is what it's going to look like to be able to negotiate obstacles. Having said that, when I bring this gun around, it's going to be very, very simple. Just going to reach down, pull the slack lever there. I'm going to bring the elbow down, bring the elbow through. I'm going to grab and I'm going to cinch up the sling. And here I am again, back to the front position, muzzle down. Now say for example, I am shooting with my primary sight and I want to switch to my secondary sight. Very, very simple how to do it. Simply drop the rifle down, reach up to this tie down, give yourself some slack, drop the elbow through, grabbing the gun at the mag well, push it forward. Now I'm on my secondary side. Okay. In order to reverse this, grab the mag well again, gun goes forward, grabbing it with the right hand, bring the elbow up, grab the cinch it forward, and now I'm exactly where I am to shoot with my primary sight again. Very, very easy to go from primary to secondary with a 2-point sling. And one of the reasons that I like it slung like this with this side of the rifle over here, quick detach, is because if you have it on this side, now you can see when I pull it forward and I come in here to switch sides, I can choke myself out. So that's one of the good reasons of, again, quick detaching it on the right side of your rifle, is it keeps it better ergonomically correct on the right side of the rifle for you. Now, say you want to store your sling because you're going on patrol or doing something else where you're getting in the vehicle and you want to store the sling. You can do a couple of things that Kyle Lamb likes to do as well from Viking Tactics. He likes to put a rubber band on his sling and he rubber bands it to his actual buttstock, or you can take it off completely, put it in your cargo pocket, and you're good to go. But it's very, very convenient. Now you can see what's cool about the 2-point sling as opposed to the 1-point sling is more stability, more flexibility to go backwards, forwards, left-handed, right-handed, and it's very, very convenient for placing the sling on your rifle, taking it off, or storing it somewhere such as a rifle bag or your cargo pocket. I'm Jimmy with Rhino Tactical. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you on the next one.